With the weight loss business, as with any business, the compounding effect of what you do or don't do in your center pays off big time or costs you big time. And I always like to examine the most overlooked, underutilized tool in every weight loss center, and that's the telephone. It is absolutely imperative to understand that just because you ran an ad and people responded doesn't mean the job ends there. We need to call the no-shows. We need to make sure people are coming in, but predominantly and almost primarily, it's working the phones to contact leads that reached out to us at one time or another. In a sense, running an ad primarily doesn't bring business in. Primarily an ad identifies those people who are saying, hey, look at me, I need to lose weight and I'm thinking about coming to you. So now it's just a matter of creating the perfect storm and making sure you reach them at a point where their point of pain is great enough that they're ready to take action and ready to do something. When we look at the compounded effect of doing something versus not doing something, and we look at the phone, let's just say you just make 5 calls a day. That's 1,200 calls a year. If you made just 5 phone calls a day, that's 1,200 calls a year. On 1,200 calls a year, if you just reach, say, 200 of those people, booked an appointment with 100, and half those people came in, that's 50 people you would enroll. More than likely, maybe 40. 40 people you'd enroll in your program. For a lot of you, that's more than you've enrolled all year long. I'm going to venture a guess you're not making those calls. So for every call you don't make, it costs you money. So let's take it a little further. That's just on 5 calls, you just cost yourself 40 sales. Excuse me, the landscapers are outside of our office mowing the lawn, so if you hear something in the background, that's what it is you're hearing. In addition to that, if you doubled that to 10, that's 2,400 calls you'd be making a year. If you made 50 calls, that's 12,000 calls a year your center can be making. Now, when I say you, I don't necessarily mean you as an individual, although it's really unreasonable to think someone wouldn't make 50 calls a day. That's only about an hour to an hour and a half's worth of work. You're only letting the phone ring 4 times. It's not like you're leaving a voicemail for every single person you call. But 12,000 outbound calls a year, what would that yield? I mean, if I could tell you right now, I've got the names and phone numbers of 12,000 people that are interested in what it is you have to sell, that are interested in a weight loss program and have expressed an interest in wanting to engage with a weight loss company. And we could miraculously call them all right now and book appointments with the people that answer the phone, or at least be able to have a conversation. Would you be game? How much would you be willing to pay to do that? Well, whatever it is you're willing to pay to do that is exactly what you ought to be paying yourself, or realizing you're going to get 10, maybe 20 times that amount. 12,000 phone calls a year. If you just reached 1,000 of those people and you got 500 of them to schedule an appointment and 250 of them showed, your worst case scenario is you enroll 125 new people in your weight loss program. Let's see, most of you sell your program for $1,500 or $1,600 a whack. Do the math. I'm not that sharp to do it on camera. So 250 times 1,600. Now add into that the referrals. You'll get at least a third more sales from referrals. Indirect, you won't even have to ask for those referrals that'll come from that. So let's say on 250 enrollments, you pick up another 125 conceivably over the course of time in referrals, or just 100 even. That's 350 new enrollments. That's an enormous amount of new enrollments in your center for most of you. For nearly all of you, that's an enormous amount. And what does it really come down to? 50 outbound phone calls a day. So if you'd like some information on what's the easiest, least painful way to make 50 outbound phone calls a day, what are the most effective scripts, what are the best times to call, what are the best voicemail messages to leave that people will return, click us or call us. We're IntelliFran. We're the only company that works with physicians, chiropractors, and franchise investors who own and operate weight loss offerings, in helping you bring in more patients, clients, and members, and help you increase your profitability. There's 12 ways to reach us. Get a hold of us. We'd be more than happy to have a 20, 30-minute conversation with you. Let's figure out if IntelliFran is something that you could benefit from. If not, we'll encourage you to contact someone else and give you a name and a phone number. Have a great day.